weight gain part of your...
I am seeing you around. Bye. Bye.
No, listen,
That's
Sunil.
you to leave.
Answer
I'm
this.
going to hang up. See you. Sunil, give it a minute, Sunil.
Give it a minute. So since I... hey guys, hi, welcome to podcast number 3. Today's topic is basically young guys getting into their own businesses out of their family businesses, not choosing to do what their family is into. And for this, we have two young guys, Sunil Punjabi and Suraj Malhotra, who started their own restaurant in Chennai. They come from families with business backgrounds, but yet they've decided to move on to something of their own, right? Both of them have been my colleagues in the past company. I've kind of managed them in my teams, so I know a little bit about them. But I'd like them to introduce themselves on the show and take this forward. Sunil, you look very conscious here. You can chill. You're not this conscious a person.
Okay.
Suraj, yeah, over to
Okay.
you and introduce yourself, and then we'll move on to Sunil.
I'm sorry, that's me.
Yeah, Suraj, you can
Yeah.
start.
Oh, that's it. Okay. So I'm Suraj here right now. Suraj Malhotra here. I'm age 25. My background from business is my dad's into business from the last say about 35 years. He's been into business since the age of 15 into the electronic side of it.
Yeah.
I never wanted to get into my dad's side of the business just because I don't like it. It's just because I wanted to do something out of the blue, which my family has never done before.
Right.
And for me, getting into the restaurant side of the business was more like a passion. I mean, I love eating food. Uh, I love experimenting on new kind of food. Like I love trying out new things. And when you look at my background, I did work in a firm, which is a delivery platform in India, and then moved on to a firm which set up cloud kitchens in Chennai.
Right.
So
So that
coming
brought
out
the
of that,
interest for you to get into the restaurant space.
yes, and having both sides of the business knowledge, as in being as a restaurant owner and being on the other side of the business where someone is supporting the restaurants,
Right.
was good. Like, I mean, I did get to learn a lot out of it.
Right.
And that's how I decided that I want to get into the restaurant side of it. And then I spoke to our great friend Sunil Punjabi.
Sunil, what
He
brought
had
you
a
into
couple
this?
of. Hmm?
What brought you into this? What's your background? Tell us a little bit more about yourself, and then we'll get going.
Apart from the fact that me and Suraj have different family business backgrounds, it's pretty much the same reason.
Right.
Booked that company, followed by the passion, followed by me setting up cloud kitchens, and now getting into the front end of cloud kitchens for serving food.
Right.
Apart from the passion of food, when I did work for this industry for quite a few years, I did understand the numbers and how it can scale up. Is why I thought it could be a profitable model.
Right. When you say passion for food, is it just about eating food, or is it also to do with something about getting new cuisines out to the market? Was that something also up in your minds when you were setting this up?
Okay, to be very honest, for you to do something in terms of work, you really need to believe in it, have a passion for it. That's when you can excel in it. Not only means trying out something new, it also means bringing out something new into the market. But bringing out something new can also be tricky. We currently have a Chinese brand, and we are almost launching a new wok curry brand over here. So that bit that we're going to launch next week is going to be an experiment around the Asian cuisine, but that's going to be an experiment, a new concept in the in the market over here that we
And
cater to.
Also,
yeah, go on, Suraj.
sorry. Also bringing a new brand to, I mean, also bringing a new cuisine to the market. In a market like Chennai is quite challenging, to be honest.
True.
I mean, people here are not willing to accept new things, new brands as well. Even if there is a Chinese brand, you bring up a new name. People are hesitant to try it out first. That is in our pipeline. But once when we get set with the current brands, then we would like to experiment on new brands, I believe.
Okay. Great. So, also tell me a little bit about how much capital went into it and how did you guys, because you guys are so young, right? I know that you guys chose a franchise option to go with and not set up something on your own. What was the decision behind going behind a franchise rather than setting up your own brand? What was the thought that made you do this?
Okay, if I have to be brutally honest, Uh, One, the reason why I chose why we chose a franchisee was set name, the ongoing demand, the ongoing sales at that point of time was good enough. Plus, one of your footwear companies had given a minimum guarantee on paper. So on paper, it was a foolproof plan.
Okay.
But COVID kicked in,
Moreover,
and
it
then
was
moreover, then
sorry.
COVID kicked
Continue.
in, and then the entire minimum guarantee had gone out. But nonetheless, it's still doing good.
Okay. Fair enough. And also franchisee because you didn't want to take the risk of failing is something that you guys thought about.
Yeah,
Yes, and
obviously.
the brand which we have chosen, moreover, is an existing brand which already has about
It is,
7 to 8 operational
you can name
outlets
the
all
brand.
over
Which
Chennai.
brand is it again?
Orange Walk.
Orange Walk.
It's a Chinese brand in Chennai. It's a setup brand. They already have about 7 to 8 franchisees, ours being the eighth right now. So we chose that because they're already an existing brand in most of the locations. So bringing this brand to a new location was a positive sign for us. And in a market like Ananagar, which was untapped for Orange Walk, was pretty good for us, pretty good opportunity for us to open and set it up.
Okay, two things I want to know. One is obviously the question that went unanswered is how did you manage capital? Because you guys are quite young. I'm sure that there was a lot of capital. I'm sure that the family came in helped. But for someone who wants to set up um, something and don't have that kind of a family backing, what is it? What advice would you both give for someone who's looking to set up kitchens or a
Okay,
restaurant brand?
first,
They
first, we don't have a restaurant. We don't have a dining space. We just do cater to the online market, online and takeaway market.
so you have a cloud
The
kitchen.
kind of cap, yeah, it's a cloud kitchen. It's a
Okay.
cloud kitchen that we basically cater only to online platforms, Swiggy, Zomato, Dunzo, and apart from that, takeaway orders from our thing. When it comes to the capital, again, if you remove the franchisee fee, uh, again, it depends on your rental percent and site location on how the infrastructure should be. But roughly, if I remove a franchisee fee, a rough cost of a cloud kitchen setup should be somewhere between 8 lakhs to 15 lakhs, depending on the fact that site condition, rental advance, and if they want to buy second-hand equipment or new equipment.
Why didn't you consider
Also,
leasing out the
the
equipment?
size of the place.
Sorry?
Why didn't you consider leasing out equipment instead of buying?
We ended up buying second-hand equipment apart from the burner, which is cheaper.
Okay.
Apart from burners, freezers, and coolers and all, we did offer well-used equipments which are say about 6 to 7 months old only.
Barely used.
Yeah,
So
because barely used.
correct.
It was by a known person. They had started it and then they ended up shutting the outlet because of COVID last year. And once they shut the outlet last year due to COVID, we immediately picked it up. So it was hardly used in 6 months.
How much impact did COVID have on your business?
Okay, so
For the
we
good and
started
for the
off
bad.
post-COVID.
Hmm.
We started off post-COVID, which was post-COVID as
The
in
first
last
wave.
year's
Wave one.
First
lockdown,
Wave
wave.
one. Okay.
post the first wave.
First
We
wave.
started off
So
finding a
yeah,
space
before
last
that, how long have
September,
you guys been operational?
Since December.
say about 5 months,
Six,
five
five,
months
six
right
months.
now,
Okay, got it. So you started in
5 6
December
months.
2020 and
We sa- it's going at a decent pace now. Obviously, a new business would take time to grow. The current situation, which the lockdown is running right now, we expected a pretty good growth with dining being turned off, but it hasn't been a significant growth which we were expecting it to be. There has been a tiny growth, but then I think still people are not willing to opt for calling in food from out, being worried about
Okay.
how hygienic it's going to be.
If I had to give you a rough idea, as long as the IPL was going on, numbers were really good. The second IPL went up, spiked
Yeah.
up. Like people were like, given that entire anxiety attack kicked in for people saying, "Oh my God, what's happening?" and all of that. With that, you could see a dip in business.
so what
Just
is
in the last like 5 days, you'll see that.
okay? So what is your change of plan right now? What is your marketing strategy now to go to market? Is there a
Uh,
So,
separate
at
plan
this,
that
hour-
you guys still
is-
thinking it out?
okay, so at this hour of the day, the most important thing is hygiene. That's everyone's looking out towards hygiene and how the food's been prepared, how's it been delivered, all of that. So that's the most important thing. In fact, both the platforms have the stat called as hygiene. So and hygiene standards are there, like you have to check every single person's temperature, how the food is cooked, how the food is packed, checking the rider's temperature, and so on. So those are the basic measures that we've taken in terms of maintaining with the hygiene for now. In terms of marketing plan, it's again dependent for a kitchen business. It's dependent majorly on your two platforms. Apart from that, the word of mouth that goes around and your regular customer that you keep promoting to.
Right. So are you guys
Also,
doing...
it's very important to
Go on, go on.
pardon.
Go on.
Also, it's very important to have when it comes to marketing, have discounts on these delivery platforms. Uh, because just an example, one of the delivery platforms for some reason had turned off our discounting for a day or two, and we did see a degrowth for that brand for like 2 days. We did not see any orders coming in from that brand.
Right.
Then the second we turned on our discounting part of it, orders started kicking in. So when it comes to marketing during even COVID times and regular times, I think having a discount is
India is a
very important thing.
very discount oriented
Driven
market.
market. Yeah.
Yeah. If you see a lot of big brands and a lot of famous people in the industry are going out there and saying, you know what, why is that our sales and our effort should be determined by the two platforms? So every single person going out there and saying, you know what, order directly to us and we would give you a 15% discount. I'm sure you're seeing this move on Facebook
Are you guys
majorly
doing
going on.
something like that? Like Zomato, Swiggy are two
Uh,
biggest
so
platforms. I know that.
so again, so the main like our regular customers, we started promoting to them, saying that you know what, hit us up, give us a direct call, we can send you food over Danzo, and we will give you a flat discount on the bill. So that's
And do
something
you
that we're
guys charge
doing at the moment.
logistic charges on that then?
Danzo charges directly goes to the customer.
We are not
It still
against
turns.
any delivery platform. It's just that if we can save a little commission and a little discounting on the total bill,
This is only
we
for
can
your
provide
regular
a direct
customers.
discount from
But
there.
this is this.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it has become more like a mandate to be with one of the with both the platforms rather, because the demand generation
Both.
yeah is like
Correct.
Both.
extremely difficult. Your customer acquisition costs will like shoot skyrocket if you're not on one of them, right? And
Yeah,
Correct.
both.
not enough if you're there on it. You need to also advertise and be
Be
relevant.
visible on top.
Correct. You need to be
Correct.
visible. You need to ensure that your hygiene and your kitchen prep times and everything is on track. And
Correct.
also
Yes.
at
And
the
in
end
fact,
of the day,
just sorry.
what? Sorry, Sunil, you were saying something.
I said to add on to what you're saying, in fact, right now, neither Zomato or Swiggy promote being exclusive. They are saying, you know what, go out there, be on board the platform, get your market share, because no one wants to take up that responsibility. No one's giving you a minimum guarantee at the moment. So I don't think even POCs from either of the platforms are promoting
Exclusivity.
being
So
yeah.
tell me one thing. There are like, I know for a fact Chennai has probably more than 10,000 restaurants. Bangalore has, say, 30,000 restaurants. NCR, where I am based out of, is about 50,000 restaurants. How do you stand out?
Quality,
So again, go for it. Sorry.
pricing, quantity, marketing, discounts is what I would say in this a nutshell.
Everyone is offering, nobody's going to advertise saying I have bad quality food, right? It's at the end of the day, quality is very...
No. You're asking how do we stand out? No one's going to advertise saying they have bad quality food and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
So how
But
do you
good,
take
good, good
about...
quality would good quality would get you your repeat customers.
Yeah. So, but what about how do you stand out to a new guy, like someone who has not tried Orange Walk, for example, right? How do you get to him?
Okay.
There are a lot of Chinese. Indo
So
Chinese is like the most common cuisine in India, right?
Appealing menu discounts are the
So
most
yep.
important things when it
that
comes
brings
to
me to the
food as
next question, right? Do you think a very elaborate menu is important, or do you think a short, crisp menu is important?
Okay, one moment. Coming back to your previous question, I'd
Yeah.
like to add one thing is having a rating. having a high rating on your delivery platforms is very important.
True.
People go on the rating. Anything above 3.94 is a very good brand for them. So maintaining the rating is very important. You cannot have a spam rating where anyone and everyone can go rate and the rating goes up. It's only when someone orders it and then you can rate the product.
True.
So getting to that stage is a task because first 2 months of your delivery platforms, you have a period where you can serve and see how well you're doing.
Right.
So I think
For me, when
according to
I order
me,
food,
it's a rating.
I definitely look at rating before I take a decision, right? Or price, obviously, and then
Correct.
go on to like seeing which restaurants in that segment has the highest discounts, and that's how I'm sure a lot of users are doing this in very similar way, right? Um, yeah. Also, I had
Exactly. Yeah.
so again now coming back to the next question about the menu. Do you think a wide variety of menu items? Because I've seen both sides of the restaurant, right?
Okay,
I've seen
so
like
menu engineering is the most important thing.
sorry,
Menu
menu.
engineering is the most Menu engineering is the most important thing.
Okay.
A short list menu would be better than having 50 starters, 40
Why do you
main
think so?
course. It confuses the person after a point.
Absolutely,
But
I
honestly,
agree
you,
with you.
you can have a customization option under something that's not confusing because it's like, okay, you know what? I have, say, chicken lollipop. I have 4 piece, 8 piece. Like once you click on customization, they have
Got it.
4 piece and 8 piece. It makes it easier instead of having
Yeah,
one
if you
one
have like
item,
too many, I
four
think the
piece.
user fatigue and basically gets confused.
Correct.
And
You
Yeah,
see, when someone's going online to order, they are hungry. They need quick decisions. They don't have time to read 50 items at the given time. They want quick answers. And moreover, I feel having complicated names for the dishes is a wrong thing. Like, for example, not many people know chicken makhanwala is butter chicken itself. So having butter chicken instead of chicken makhanwala is more easier because when I search for it, it's much more easily visible rather than having complicated names.
Also, I think a lot of users, I could be wrong here, but since you guys come from this industry, I feel a lot of users, when they are ordering from a restaurant which has Indian, Chinese, South Indian, and everything, the trust value of any of the food items goes down. Whereas if you're a specialty
see,
restaurant, then they think that you're very good at what you're making.
okay, I'm going to butt in here and tell you something. That's a different class of market altogether. People ordering from a multi-cuisine restaurant are basically families where the son wants Chinese, the father wants Indian, and the mother is contributing the two. So it's like you not order one of each and then I'll have little of both. So they don't really look at quality over there. It's more about catering to every single person's needs. But if you and I order, we would be specific towards, okay, we want to order only Indian, we want to order only Japanese, we want to order only, Mexican, whatever. But the middle class, whatever, or whoever, it's mainly the family segment that goes towards these multi-cuisine restaurants where one person needs one thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I completely agree with the fact that having so even if you're working in one kitchen, as in you have one kitchen space which can cater to three different cuisines, it's better to have three different brands rather than having one
And that's very,
single
very
Correct.
possible
brand
thanks
name.
to the whole cloud kitchen concept, right? You can operate
Yes.
5 brands out
Correct.
of one kitchen. So,
Correct.
Biggest
And your
are
example,
you
staff
guys
tacos.
thinking of expanding your brand? I know Sunil just told us about one thing that you're launching. What is that into?
It's going to be the walk concept where you come. It's
Yeah.
the walk concept where you choose between rice and noodles, choose your protein, choose your sauce, choose your vegetables.
But again,
You
that's
toss
also
it up
Chinese.
and deliver it.
Why didn't you experiment into anything else?
A new cuisine,
We are looking to,
cost
Cost. Okay.
but
cost. So we
eventually,
basically start
probably in the
one and
next,
then next Indian.
So it
Our
actually helps
kitchen's
you.
equipped
So when you
to
say
do anything.
cost for the viewers, it's basically using the same ingredients in a different packaging and selling a different value proposition
correct,
to that. Right. So
And
that's
moreover,
correct. We do
it's
have
not
a
the same menu. We don't have this walk concept in our current
correct. But
brand.
you're
It's going
using
to
the
be
same
different.
ingredients to create something different and
Exactly,
offering as a
exactly,
separate entity and a
exactly,
separate brand.
exactly.
that's
No,
going
but
to
our
be a
kitchen is
completely more. Go for it. Sorry.
our kitchen's equipped for us to do tandoor and an Indian brand right away. But we're just taking it step by step. So starting a new brand getting market share is a task. You need to focus on it, put a lot of investment in terms of
True.
marketing and etc. So it's one step at a time. We already have this forte of Asian. Might as well just get done with it and then move on to the next one. We have some untapped market, so let's tap that untapped market before we move on to the next segment.
Got it. Okay. And what is like your plan for the next, say, 2 years? 5 year plans are like too cliche. Like for the next 2 years, what are you looking at doing in terms of your restaurant business or in personal life, generally, if it is not related?
I'm sorry, I did not hear you, Sarkys. I lost your voice.
2 year plan in terms of business and in terms of personal life.
Like,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I
in
lost
the next
you in
2 years,
between.
Suraj, what I'm asking is, in the next 2 years, what is your plan in terms of business? Obviously, are you planning to grow the restaurant business or looking to venture into something else as well? And also in your personal space, are you looking to, like, since a restaurant, how much time do you guys invest in the restaurant? It's a very time consuming business, which I'm aware of, right? So how much free time do you have to probably venture into other things? So just wanted to understand that.
When it comes to the part of expanding, yes, we are looking to expand to another location. Not right now. Probably in the next few months, once this is completely independent, the current kitchen, once it's completely independent, probably then we'll be moving on to another space. And also when the profits start hitting in, which is more important. And coming to your second, when it comes to how long do we spend here, is more like 2.5 hours each of us per day. That kind of time is required right now. Reason being, the kitchen is still unstable. When I say unstable, as in the staff have to be settled down. We face a lot of issues when it comes to staffing. Someone leaves, someone comes, someone is fighting with each other, and all sorts of those problems do hit in on day-to-day basis. So for us, giving in our time, probably a little bit in the evening and the morning is important.
And I think the biggest challenge for a restaurant owner, at least from my experience in this space, is staffing, right? How have you been able to manage that?
You and I both know that our staffs run away for 200 bucks extra salary. So we are pretty aware of it. 200 bucks extra
That's
and
too bad.
legally.
But how are you able
That's
to manage
very,
that? How are you able to control that?
Okay. If they have to go, they have to go. If they have to leave, they leave. If they want to leave, they try convincing them, finding out what is, if it's something that we can solve, might as well solve them. But once they've made up their mind, and if it's not about money, they would leave no matter what. That's one thing about this industry. Because these people are like that.
But
Not most of
But this industry also has a lot of loyalists, right? Like, I know a lot of staff from different restaurants, be it some brands like a Sangeeta or a Sarana Bhavan or any of these old legendary brands. Their staff seems to
agree.
be
Agree.
hooked on.
Agree.
What's the difference?
Okay. So currently our head chef is been the head chef of Orange Walk for the past 5 years. Our last guy ran away because he and one more guy had a quarrel and ego issues among people and all of that. But the current staff of us has been working for the brand for more than 5 years. So yeah, you do have both. You have those people who are very loyal to you, and you also have those people who just want to jump and they want to leave for that 200 bucks, 500 bucks extra salary. So you find both. The advantage of working with a brand is they help you with stuff. That's an advantage of taking a franchise.
With the current franchise.
Also,
yeah.
Okay, but
Also, we
What's
request
your-
all our staff.
yeah, sorry, go on, Suraj.
We request, when it comes to staffing, we request all our staff like to give us at least a 15-day notice period if they are wanting to leave. Though it gets really it's really hard to convince them to stay at times because they really want to move away for 500 bucks. And for us, giving out that 500 bucks at this early stage is kind of tough at times because we have other expenses as well. So we request them to give a 15-day notice period. But with salaries that low,
more than that
think
is giving one,
people
then
will-
it's just a dominoes effect of everyone coming back in less than 15 days asking you for more salary.
yeah, it's just about people calling us back saying we want the jobs, and And during these times, we've gotten I think we've gotten a
Oh
call
yeah,
from all
people
our
have called us back right now.
staff.
People
Yeah.
who left us have called us back saying, "Sir, job hai kya, sir?" Is he
Okay.
there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Any piece of advice for someone who wants to start out the restaurant business? You think that's
Just don't do it based on passion. Please look into your numbers, look into your target audience, look at your market, look at your space, calculate the fixed costs and variable costs for the first few months, and grow it at a small place and not rapidly saying the day you come in, you're going to capture the market. No, it is a steady growth.
got it?
Go slow. Don't try to start with a bang. Is what I would say. Like, take a step, take a small
Also,
space if you want. Start with 2 people, and then try and grow. Is what I would
And
suggest.
also, one really good thing I would tell you, advise people about the cloud kitchen space is to not restrict yourself to a brand. At least have 2 or 3 brands.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, there are a lot of service providers in the kitchen, in the cloud kitchen space, right? So providing you with infrastructure
Correct.
and things like that. Why don't you look at them for scaling faster and getting there?
Okay. The problem with them is most of them charge a percentage of your sales. You and I know companies that charge somewhere between
Basically, you're not looking
7 to
at
10%. Yeah, if a company
doing
like mine, which I do, yeah, okay, like a person like me, I've given out my kitchens at a flat rental. People find that to be better than giving a commission, because if you do a 6 lakh business and giving out a 60,000 rental or percent as 60,000 rental is a lot for a
It's
300
also
lakh.
Absolutely. And what I think is more problematic right now is if I want to open a kitchen space in a location which I'm looking to have the complete setup of a cloud kitchen, is tough to find. Because right now we were considering that option. We did not get options in Ananagar. We found something
Yeah.
which was about 15-20 kilometers away, which would not
Not-
be viable for us. So the availability of these spaces would be more,
we're
is
searching in
more
Annanagar
tough
and
to
got
find.
it 15-20 kilometers. That's Party, bro. That's not Annanagar anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, but yeah, okay.
How-
In Chennai, you didn't have a cloud kitchen and another space. Zomato didn't have, Swiggy didn't have. So yeah, that's why we chose to start one place. Also, not that I'm trying to say that the cloud kitchen model isn't good. Cloud kitchen model is amazing as long as you don't have a commission. You just have a flat rental of say even 100
Makes sense.
square feet.
Yeah, it makes
It's pretty
a lot of
good
sense.
enough. It's pretty good enough. 100
And
to
as long
somewhere
as
between,
all the
if you get 90, yeah,
operational
yeah,
hassles
yeah,
can
yeah,
be
you're in.
addressed.
Yeah, intangible assets are there. Your immovable assets are there. Paying even $100 a square feet is pretty good. $90 is a steal. $120 should be a ceiling per square feet.
Got it. All right. I think I will, since I know the two of you, there's always, especially with Sunil in the call, I think without a light moment, the call shouldn't. So, Sunil is the weight gain part of your.
I am seeing you around. Bye. Bye.
No, listen,
That's
Sunil.
not you to leave.
Answer
I'm
this.
going to hang up. See you.
Sunil, give it a minute, Sunil.
Give it a minute. So since I know you guys, the call cannot end without a lighter note. So Sunil, is owning a restaurant part of your weight gain strategy also?
I was waiting for this.
But
Sunil, after all
that,
those
also
numbers, how much
proves,
have you
that
put out?
also proves that your kitchen is rolling out some amazing food, that you're eating it despite.
He has a Milo almost every day, I believe. Almost
Yeah.
every day.
Oh, I've stopped it for my
actually,
translator
I'll
now.
tell you this.
Where
I
are you
visited
living?
one of his facilities, his kitchen space in OMR the other day when I was in Chennai, and he took me all the way. You know where he stays and where his kitchen is, right? It's like a 20-25 kilometer. He drove there to drink Milo and come back. He couldn't meet anybody because
I drank Milo over there because I went for work and then I came back.
means you do no work there.
Sunil coming to work is having Milo without fail. Not from the last 5-10 days, but
because of my
5 days.
But awesome, guys.
But, yeah.
Great catching up. Thank you for joining in, Suraj and Sunil. Hoping to do a few more non-serious podcasts very soon with you guys.
I'm not signing up for that.
Where we'll have a lot of fun.
Not signing up for that.
Sunil, this was the first. Having such a straight-on conversation with me for so long was the first. I think I enjoyed it as much as you guys did. I hope you guys did. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on the other side. Till then, all of you, please like,
Thank you for having
subscribe,
me.
and go hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and let's get this channel